Ooh, what's up, everybody? It's your man Apollo. I am back out here rolling solo. Here we are again, that time of the year where I give my season preview prediction of how much my Cowboys will break my heart again at the end of another football season. Now, since I've started this channel, I've been doing this every year, and as y'all can see, each year we've gotten progressively better, and I guess what's the word I'm looking for? Better equipped to do these types of videos. So as y'all can see now, your boy got a studio here. I got the green screen, I got the studio. So this is how it's going to be for this season, this year, and just like every year, whether we win, lose, or draw, at the end of every game, I will be up here to give a recap on how my Cowboys did for the game they just played. Now, if you want to keep up with me throughout the games, throughout the season, make sure you come find me on Twitter. Link down in the description, as well as links to all social media platforms will be down in the description. I will be live tweeting during each and every game that the Cowboys play, pending I'm not actually at the game or I'm not occupied doing something else. But I'm not gonna waste no more of y'all time. Let's get right into the video. We got the first game of the season, prime time, of course, because we're the Cowboys, so we always get prime time slots. September 11th, Sunday Night Football against Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. For the second year in a row, we play them the opening game. All right, I wanted to wait as close as I could to the start of the season with injuries, free agency, see how teams are gonna, build up their roster, see how we were not going to build up our rosters to do this video, because whatever the final roster is how I'm going to determine, at least in this video, how the season will go. Of course, injuries can change things and stuff can go on, but at least for this part right now, as of today, when I make this video, I can make a determination of how the Cowboys will do for this season. All right, so game one, Sunday Night Football, NBC, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. This year, they're coming and playing in Dallas. Tom Brady's having issues with his offensive line. We just lost Tyron Smith again. Zach Martin is damn near up and over the hill because of his injuries. The rest of the offensive line can't block nobody worth a damn, and all we do is hold. The defense is suspect, despite us having Michael Parsons. But I'm going to go ahead and chalk it up as an L. We're going to lose that first game. We may play well, just like we did last season, but I'm sorry, Cowboys fan, Cowboys Nation, we're going to lose that game. So, first game of the season, we're going to start 0-1. All right, week 2, Cincinnati Bengals, fresh off of coming off the Super Bowl, will be coming to play us in Dallas. This one is a little harder to call than the Tampa Bay Buccaneers game. I keep wanting to lean towards us saying we're going to win, but I just feel like something about the Bengals, we will lose this one as well. We're going to start this season 0-2. It's going to be tough. I know Cowboys fans going to start talking about that. Oh, we'll get them next year, bull. No. I feel like this is going to be a close game. We'll probably lose it by within one possession or something. It's going to be a tight-ish game, but I see Cincinnati coming out on top, beating us, and we unfortunately start this season 0-2. Next up, we got our division rival, the New York Giants. I don't need to say much. The Giants are trash. Or sorry. We're going to beat the Giants, okay? If it's a division team, I don't fear any of them, even the Eagles. I don't fear none of y'all, okay? Don't be surprised if we actually sweep the division again this year, and we'll probably lose one at the end of the season, making the playoff run, because it won't matter. But we're beating the Giants. We'll get in the win column finally, and we'll be 1-2. Washington Commanders. They gotta come to our house. So if I'm looking at the schedule right, yeah, they gotta come play us. We're gonna win that game. Carson Wentz is not the same Carson Wentz. Actually, to be honest, he's only had one good season, and that was the season that the Eagles won the Super Bowl, and he got hurt. Despite the few good players they got in Washington with Chase Young and Terry McLaurin. Is it McLaurin? however you say his name, up at receiver. I think we can pull the victory out. We can beat our other division rival, the Washington Commanders. For some reason, and I say this every year, and I said it last year, at the beginning of the season, when we play division rivals early, we always beat them. It's at the end of the season when we need to beat them is when we, for some reason, do not beat them. So we're going to beat Washington, 2-game win streak. We're going to come out first quarter of the season 2-2. All right, next up, we got the defending Super Bowl champion LA Rams. Need I say much more? That's a loss. Aaron Donald's on the line. We can't block nobody. The line probably couldn't block me, so Aaron Donald's going to have a field day. The defense is pretty good. Their offense is just as good. We're going to lose that game. Probably going to be a close one, or it probably will look like a close one because we'll get blown out in the first half, and then, you know, Dak could do his Dak thing and come back in the second half and make it look like it was a game when it really ain't. So we're going to lose that game. All right, so after 5 games, we're sitting at 2-3, and now we got the Philadelphia Eagles. Look here, I don't fear the Eagles. I don't care that they got A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith. You still got Jalen Hurts at quarterback. No disrespect to Jalen Hurts, but I do not fear him as a quarterback. Not to mention the Eagles defense, personally, in my opinion, is suspect as hell. I don't care what y'all say. They are suspect. And again, like I just said a few moments ago, this is a division opponent. They're early in the season. This is only our 6th game. We're going to beat them, which will get us back in the win column, back to 500. All right, next up, we got the Detroit Lions. Now, this game is going to be a little different with the post-game reaction because I got tickets to this game. So I more than likely will be at this game. This is a home game. So I will probably be at the Detroit Lions game, and I'll probably do a vlog for y'all like I did last year for the Raiders game at Thanksgiving. Of course, the quality of the vlog will definitely be better. Last year was just kind of makeshift. I kind of came up with it at the last minute, but this year I'll have it planned out. I'll be able to do it better how I want to do it, and the footage will be recorded a whole lot better. I will also be sure to make sure to get footage of me in the stands at the game and, you know, let y'all see the atmosphere of the stadium and all that jazz and let y'all see that. But this is the Detroit Lions. They got Jared Goff at quarterback. I mean, they got a decent team. They got Aiden Hutchinson, who's showing promise as a rookie already as a pass rusher. But again, this is Detroit. We're going to win this game. Big D versus Big D. We're going to come out as the real Big D. No homo. All right, next up, we got the Chicago Bears. Good team, but I think that's another W for us. So it's going to put us on a little win streak. And I think on these next few games coming up, it's going to put us on a good win streak. And this is going to be where, unfortunately, some of my fellow Cowboys fans are going to be like, this our year, man. We got it. We doing it. Look at us on a win streak. Look, chill out, okay? Yes, we're going to go on a win streak, but just don't start jumping the gun and getting ahead of yourselves, all right? We will beat Chicago. It will be a convincing win. We'll be back in the win column, have some momentum going into the next game, which is a very important game, which we will definitely need to win to keep momentum alive to make a push for the playoffs. All right, we're 8 games in. We're sitting at 5-3. Now we got the Green Bay Packers. We're playing them at their house in Lambeau. This is a November game. With the lack of weapons and how Aaron Rodgers is in the clutch, despite how good he is as a talent at quarterback, we're going to win this game. We're going to beat the Green Bay Packers. This is going to be a close, tight-knit game because it's still the regular season, so I expect Aaron Rodgers to come out and play well. But at the end of the day, I think the Cowboys will still be the better team and pull out the victory. And this will give us another win. And this will set us at 6-3, more than likely top 2 or 3 seeds in the conference and solely in first place of our division. All right, next up we got the Vikings. Don't fear the Vikings. It's Kirk Cousins. For whatever reason, when the Cowboys play Kirk Cousins, we seem to win. I don't know. Last year's game was a barn burner. I expect another one like that this year. Don't know the status of how Dalvin Cook will be at this point in the season. It's a little later in the season. We're getting towards the middle and second half of the season, so he might be nicked up a little bit. We don't know how Adam Thielen is going to be, but we know Justin Jefferson. I solely expect Justin Jefferson to go off and have a day against us. But in the end, the Cowboys will pull off the victory and we'll be sitting pretty 7-3 as one of the top teams in the whole league. Next up, we got the New York Giants. It's a home game for us. I don't need to elaborate much on this. It's the Giants. You know how I feel about the Giants. Y'all suck. I hate y'all. We're getting a win. Moving on. All right, next up, we got the Colts, the new quarterback, Matt Ryan, Jonathan Taylor, one of the top backs in the league. They got one of the top defenses in the league. That's going to be an L. I expect Jonathan Taylor to probably rush for $150 and then some. He's probably going to get about 200 all-purpose yards because he's going to be catching out the backfield. And that defense is going to shut down Dak. You know how it is with us Cowboys. We'll be riding high, come into a game. It's going to be, the game's going to be built. It's a primetime game. It's a primetime game. So lights are going to be bright and Dak's going to fold. It's just how it is. So I solely expect to lose this Indianapolis game, even though it's a home. The fact that it's a home game too, I definitely surely expect to lose this game. So we'll lose this game probably about 2 scores or more. And the Colts are going to shut us down and they're going to start quieting any hype talk about the Cowboys going to the Super Bowl. Yes, I said it. I am a rational Cowboys fan. All right, so we're sitting at 8-4. We got our cross-state rivals. I don't know if we can really call them rivals because we really don't play them much in the regular season for some reason. But we got the Houston Texans coming to town. Their roster is depleted. They're in rebuild mode. There's no need to linger on this game. We're going to win this game. But knowing the Cowboys, this will be the game that they lose. You know what? Knowing the Cowboys, I wouldn't be surprised if something like this happened. Is if we come in, we beat the Colts soundly, and then all that hype starts building up, and we come in and lose to the Texans. I would not be surprised that happens, but I'm going to stick with my original picks that I got already. We will lose to the Colts, come back, get back in the win column, beat the Texans because they're in rebuild mode. They don't have that good of a roster. We should win. Get us back in the win column, get our confidence up. All right, next we got the Jacksonville Jaguars. Another team that's kind of in a rebuild. They are a little bit better. We don't know how the progression of Trevor Lawrence is going to be. I can assume he'll be better. Maybe he'll take that step like Herbert and Burrow did the second year. And now he has Doug Peterson as a coach, so he's going to be getting a lot better play calling, better scheme. I do expect Jacksonville to give us a fight, but I think we'll win this game soundly. Maybe close game, 1 possession or so, 10 points at the most, but we can beat the Jaguars. We should beat the Jaguars. We will beat the Jaguars. That gives us another W, start of another small little tiny win streak. All right, sitting at 10-4, 3 games left, Christmas Eve game against the Eagles. It's a midday game. I'm looking at the schedule, it's hard to say, but I'm gonna say we win this game. I'm going to stick to what I said at the beginning of the video. And I'm going to stick with saying that we're just going to sweep through the entire division. More than likely, we'll probably lose the last game because we're just probably getting ready for the playoffs. But I think we'll beat the Eagles, start getting ready for the playoffs, because the next game after this is going to be, depending on how they're doing, it's definitely going to be a game to test if we're ready, which we probably won't be, ready for the playoffs or not. So this is going to be a win. We'll get our 11th win of the season against our division rival, the Suck Eagles. All right, next game, Tennessee Titans. We got to go play them in their house. Depending on the health, of course, of Derrick Henry and how their defense is playing, it's a cold weather game. If Derrick Henry's on the streak, it's hard to say. Because, you know, I don't have faith in Ryan Tannehill as a quarterback. But I'm going to go ahead and say we win this game. Now, I won't be surprised if we lose it. But, yes, I'm calling it. We will not at any point stop or contain Derrick Henry. He's going to run wild, okay? He will run wild. But I think the game will be close enough to where you have to make Ryan Tannehill be the one to make a play. And I don't expect him to make the play to give them the game because he's never done that in his career ever. So I think we can beat Tennessee. Derrick Henry's going to go wild, but we're going to win. And it's probably going to be somewhat of a shootout, but it's a victory nonetheless. And we start getting ready for the playoffs. All right, last game of the season is going to be turn of the new year, January, against the Washington Commanders. We're sitting right now at 12-4, probably getting ready for a wild card spot. So they'll probably play the starters, but not much, so we can get them ready for the playoffs. So I expect us to probably lose this game, just to make sure everybody's healthy going into the playoffs, which is give us the same record that we had last season, sitting at 12-5. Wild card spot, I see us in the 3, 4, 5 area. I see us in that range. going into the playoffs, and then I'll explain how we're going to go from there. All right, so the regular season record comes out at 12 wins, 5 losses. How I think individual performers are going to go, I think Dak will have some good numbers. I don't think he'll win MVP. I don't, but I think he'll have good numbers. I think CD will have good numbers. He's going to start slow. I really do think he's going to start out slow, but then he'll start to come into his own, and then he'll start getting comfortable. Him and Dak will find that connection. Zeke will probably rush for 1,000 yards, but I don't expect the Zeke of old. It'll probably be because, it'll probably be that token 1,075 yards, something like that. I don't think Zeke is, going to be the Zeke. He's not going to be the Zeke of old. His body is just too destroyed. If he is, by all means, cool. That's even more power to us. But I don't think Zeke's, as much as they want to make him the focal point of the offense, I don't see him being that. It's going to be Dak and CD or bust, pretty much offensively. Devontae Turpin, I think, will give us a lot of help in the special teams and offensively as well as an X-Factor gadget type guy. I'm glad we picked him up. I hope he got his life straight, got his stuff turned around, because he was a dangerous weapon for my TCU Horned Frogs. So now he's still in the DFW area. Now he plays for the Cowboys. Pending, knock on wood, nothing happens to anybody. I expect Devontae Turpin to have a breakout type of season and really, really help us out this year. Michael Parsons, I would hope they would let him rush the quarterback more like a TJ Watt. But I know, they want to get cute and move him around, or like, look how smart we are type of shit. So I expect Michael Parsons to have around 12 to 15 sacks, couple of interceptions, and he'll make some big plays at linebacker, tackling the ball carrier and covering tight end. So Michael Parsons will still be the focal point of the defense, and I thoroughly expect him to be the leader of the defense by season end. Lastly, let me cover Trayvon Diggs. I don't think he'll get as many interceptions as he did last season. I still think he'll get about 8-ish, 7, 8, or 9-ish, but I don't think quarterbacks will try him as much, even though he gives up a lot of yardage. It's the fact that he has such good ball skills, especially on the deep passes, because he plays receiver and he knows how to attack the ball. So I think that'll be better off. And despite all the, the trash and all the hype people have been putting on how Trayvon Diggs is giving up this route, giving up that route, I think he'll be better this year. I still don't look at him as a lockdown cover corner like Jalen Ramsey. But if you throw his way, he's a ball hawk and he will heat seek and get the ball, and you'll pay for it. He'll make you pay for it and get an interception and probably take it back to the house because, like I said, he was a receiver at first. So he has that ball skills to do that. All right. Now, in terms of playoffs, I don't know who we're going to play. And, of course, I don't know how other teams are going to perform throughout this season. But I will say this. Do my Cowboys have a chance of making it to the Super Bowl? No. Absolutely not. I'm not even going to come on here in front and be like, yeah, we're going to Super Bowl. No. I'm not that type of Cowboys fan. I am rational. I will let y'all know we ain't going to no damn Super Bowl. Now, if a lot of teams get injured and our path just happens to open up and we make it, okay, cool. I'll take it. And y'all know y'all won't hear the end of it from me. All right? I'll let y'all know that now. But I'm speaking in best case scenario. If everybody's healthy, every team got their playmakers, the most we'll probably get again is a second round exit again. I can see us winning the wild card and losing the division round again. The furthest we will go will be the NFC title game, and that is literally by the luck and grace of the Lord if we make it to the NFC title game. But Super Bowl, no. Super Bowl is not in the picture. Not in the picture anywhere unless there's like some foreseen crazy stuff, which we know anything can happen in football, especially any given Sunday. But I just don't see it happening. I'm sorry, Cowboys fan. Hate me if you want to. I'm keeping it real over here, all right? But that's the video. If y'all enjoyed what y'all saw here, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, share the content. Thank y'all so much for coming through. Links to all social media platforms will be down in the description. Be sure to leave in the comment section how bad you think the Cowboys are going to do. If you're a Cowboys hater, tell me how much the Cowboys suck. Give me your worst Cowboys roast. If you're a Cowboys fan, tell me how much you hate me for my season prediction. And give me your prediction of what you think the Cowboys will do this year. But with that being said, my name is Apollo. I'm getting up out of here. Y'all be safe. One love. All glory to God. I'm going to catch y'all next time, baby.